a nation where stock markets soar to unprecedented heights and inflation rates tumble, the average American stands in stark contrast, feeling an oppressive weight of financial despair. Despite the glimmering headlines of prosperity, an insidious malaise spreads like wildfire, a dissonance between soaring numbers and sinking spirits. This is the vibe session, a stark reality where the economy may be alive, but the emotional landscape lies in ruins, echoing a haunting sentiment of poverty amidst plenty. As we navigate through the complexities of the modern economic landscape, we must first understand the historical forces that have shaped it. Over the last few decades, the United States has experienced a relentless push towards globalization and technological advancement, creating a facade of prosperity while leaving many in the shadows of economic growth. This divergence between stock market triumphs and the lived reality of countless Americans serves as a stark reminder of the fragility underlying our financial systems. In this moment of juxtaposition, we witness the birth of a new term, the vibe session, where the metrics may tell one story, but the collective sentiment resonates with a far bleaker narrative. For decades, the American dream has been intertwined with the promise of prosperity, a beacon that drew millions into the workforce, eager for a brighter future. Yet, as we stand at the precipice of a new era, the stark contrast between Wall Street triumphs and Main Street struggles reveals a profound dissonance. This is not merely a financial divide. It is a seismic emotional rift that echoes through the hearts of everyday citizens, leaving them to question the very fabric of their reality in a landscape where numbers soar, but hope falters. To understand the vibe session, we must journey back through the decades, tracing the roots of economic disparity that have quietly taken hold in American society. From the post-war boom that promised prosperity for all, to the gradual shift towards a more unequal wealth distribution in the late 20th century, the seeds of discontent were sown long before the pandemic exacerbated them. Each economic upheaval, each policy decision has left a mark, creating a chasm between Wall Street triumphs and Main Street struggles, culminating in the emotional strife we witness today. Throughout American history, economic prosperity has often danced in stark contrast with the lived experiences of its citizens. From the roaring 20s to the economic crises that followed, the nation has repeatedly witnessed moments where booming markets belied the struggles of the everyday worker. Today, as stock indices soar to unprecedented heights, echoes of past disparities resound. A reminder that financial indicators do not always reflect the emotional and social realities faced by millions. This growing chasm between wealth and well-being is not merely a statistic. It is a visceral reminder of the psychic wounds that continue to shape the American narrative. As Wall Street rings with the jubilant sounds of record stock highs, the streets of America echo a different tune, one of anxiety and despair. The wealth gap widens, casting a shadow over the lives of countless families, each grappling with their own versions of struggle. This incongruity fuels a growing frustration, where the celebration of economic triumph feels like a cruel joke to those left behind. In this climate of uncertainty, the vibe session looms large, a palpable sense of foreboding that threatens to engulf the nation. As stock markets soar to unprecedented heights, a palpable tension festers beneath the surface of American society. In the shadows of these financial triumphs, families grapple with rising costs and diminishing purchasing power, their dreams slipping further from reach. The gulf between Wall Street's euphoria and Main Street's despair widens, igniting a quiet fury that echoes through homes and communities. This is the vibe session, a stark reminder that while numbers may dance in celebration, the spirit of the average American grows heavier with each passing day. As the stock market soars to unprecedented heights, the average American grapples with the harsh reality of everyday life, rising costs and stagnant wages. The financial triumphs celebrated in corporate boardrooms stand in stark contrast to the mounting anxieties echoing in kitchens and living rooms across the nation. This chasm between perception and reality tightens, fueling a collective unease that threatens to ignite deeper social unrest. If you find this video insightful, please consider subscribing to support this channel. In the shadows of prosperity, the vibesession looms, casting a pall over the dreams of millions. As the stock market soars, a silent battle unfolds on the world stage. Nations maneuver like chess pieces, forging alliances and wielding economic leverage, while the average American grapples with the stark reality of a decaying middle class. This disconnect isn't just a domestic issue, it's a reflection of global power dynamics, where the wealth of a few contrasts sharply with the struggles of many. In this high-stakes game of geopolitics, the American populace finds itself caught in the crossfire of ambition and uncertainty. As the markets reach unprecedented heights, a shadow looms over the geopolitical landscape, where nations vie for dominance in a game of chess that few can truly understand. Tensions simmer as economic powerhouses engage in a delicate dance of diplomacy. Each move calculated, each gesture laden with implication. The cries of the average American echo in the halls of power, drowned out by the clamor of competing interests, revealing a stark truth. While stock prices soar, the foundations of trust and stability are eroding, leaving a nation adrift in a sea of uncertainty. As the stock market reaches unprecedented heights, a silent war rages beneath the surface. Global powers maneuver strategically, exploiting the disconnect between Wall Street's euphoria and Main Street's struggle. In boardrooms and back channels, alliances are forged and rivalries intensified, each nation vying for dominance while the average American grapples with an increasingly heavy burden. This geopolitical chess game, set against the backdrop of a vibesession, reveals a stark truth. While economies may thrive on paper, the soul of a nation hangs in the balance. As stock markets soar to unprecedented heights and inflation rates dip, the pulse of the nation reveals a starkly different narrative. In the shadow of Wall Street's triumph, the average American grapples with a pervasive sense of loss, a haunting reminder that wealth on paper cannot fill the void of dwindling security and rising despair. This dissonance, known as the vibesession, marks a pivotal moment in our history, a realization that while the economy may be alive in numbers, it is suffocating the very spirit of its people. As Wall Street celebrates its triumphs, a haunting silence echoes through the streets of America. The disparity between soaring stock indexes and the struggles of the average citizen has birthed a new phenomenon, the vibesession. Here, wealth is a mirage, shimmering tantalizingly out of reach, while the emotional landscape of the nation is marred by despair and disillusionment. In this moment of reckoning, the heart of America beats slowly, caught in a paradox that reveals a profound truth. The economy may be thriving on paper, but for millions, the spirit feels utterly defeated. As stock markets soar to unprecedented heights, a chasm widens beneath the surface, leaving millions to grapple with the stark reality of dwindling savings and rising costs. The euphoria of financial indices stands in stark contrast to the lived experiences of everyday Americans, who now find themselves navigating a landscape of despair and uncertainty. This vibesession, an emotional recession, is not merely a statistic. It's a deep-seated malaise that threatens the very fabric of society, leaving communities fractured and futures bleak. As stock markets soar to unprecedented heights, the reality for the average American is one of struggle and despair. This chasm between economic indicators and lived experiences has birthed a profound sense of disillusionment, where feelings of wealth disparity overshadow the numerical triumphs celebrated by elites. A vibesession, a term that captures this emotional fracture, signals a deeper crisis, one where prosperity is a distant mirage for many, leading to social unrest and a questioning of the very foundations of the American dream. As the sun sets on this chapter of American life, we are left to ponder the chasm between soaring indices and the heavy hearts of those who feel left behind. The Vibe session is not just a fleeting sentiment. It is a reflection of deeper, systemic fractures within our society, echoing through the lives of millions. As we stand at this crossroads, the question looms: how do we reconcile the bright lights of Wall Street with the dim realities of Main Street? And what does this mean for the fabric of our nation moving forward? Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next documentary.